All right, I'm going to get right into it. The 61st gift of inspiration, which definitely is just on the other side of psychosis, right? As soon as you become just delusional enough to believe that there's more going on here than what you've previously conceptualized, inspiration happens. I love the first sentence of this, okay? Inspiration is what happens when you stop worshiping God and start becoming God. And that statement alone really doesn't sit well with some people. Inspiration refers to a process that is very different from our normal understanding of the word. The process of inspiration is a gradual releasing of your inner breath through the fabric of your reality and out into the world. Inspiration begins when you place yourself directly in the firing line of the inner question that lies within each human being, right? Instead of just seeking outside of yourself. The path of inspiration often begins as an outer quest as you seek answers from the outside world. Okay, let's see. The path of inspiration often begins as an outer quest as you seek answers from the outside world. In the beginning, this inspiration comes to you sporadically as flashes, in which you fleetingly perceive the nature of reality in a distilled form. Sometimes inner truth may be revealed for longer periods, okay? But this is all about really feeling that truth from within. Such shattering and powerful experiences usually alter the path of one's destiny. Like once you feel inspired for the first time, you are transformed from the inside out, and things after that point will no longer be the same. What separates inspiration from other heightened experiences is that after inspiration, you are permanently altered. Through inspiration, you are being prepared for an even greater experience than you can yet conceive. Since true inspiration destroys some aspect of your inner delusion, it releases a great surge of trapped energy into your body and life, right? So inspiration, it's like, I don't know, is it fission or fusion? Right? It's like nuclear, it's like literal nuclear power inside of us. Yeah, it's, you've got all of this energy trapped inside of you, inside of your own cells, and through inspiration, that burst in like brand new creation is like birthed through you. Such energy naturally seeks an outlet through creativity. Creativity is the single most important gift for drawing humanity out of its mass psychosis. It unlocks the latent forces of inspiration inside you. Inspiration cannot be forced or predicted, but comes when it comes and stays for as long as it stays. In between these heightened inspirational states, you may become dejected or depressed. However, at a certain level of frequency, you will reach a plateau. And at this level, the inspiration itself gives you enough energy to maintain a heightened state. That's like even through the mundane, right? You'll maintain that. But once again, the key is some form of a creative process. So you have to have a creative outlet in order for that inspiration to have a place to flow out of. And once it becomes more comfortable flowing out of you in that creative space, that, you know, ripples through your reality as you're breathing that change into your reality. It starts to impact and weave into the rest of the areas of your life, and you start to become even more inspired. By its very nature, the gift of inspiration is spiritual because it serves to loosen the hold of your mental constructs, opening and expanding your capacity for love. I love that. Little snaps for that. We always want to open and expand our capacity for love. Those who can continually release the definitions of their reality do begin to enter a more rarefied realm. They enter a stream of consciousness in which inspiration begins to annihilate their lower mind. Which the lower mind is the animal mind, right? I was listening to the book, The Body Keeps the Score. And our brains are literally built in layers as we age. And that lower part that's closest to the spinal cord is the more animalistic part of the mind, okay? So, those who can continually release the definitions of their reality begin to enter a more rarefied realm. They enter a stream of consciousness in which inspiration begins to annihilate their lower mind. At this stage, it may appear as though a greater being is somehow taking over your life, which I think we kind of call like the higher self. You may not know it, but you are approaching a door, the door to the greatest secret known to humanity, the door to the divine. You are a pressure machine. Deep inside your body, the pressure of the mystery of your being beats in the heart of every single molecule of living DNA. This mystery is the mystery of Christ consciousness, that quietness of inner light that holds all things together. It is the creative evolutionary process that gradually unveils this inner light. Gotta have a creative outlet of some sort. Through the ring of Gaia, which is the 19th, 60th, and 61st gene keys. Through this ring, we can see how our ecosystem, the living, breathing diversity of the blue-green planet and all its life forms, is destined to discover its own inner truth as one entity. This codon ring shows that evolution is a force that is breaking out from inside of us, and that to unlock its secrets, we have only to look inward. Because in addition to our brains, being built that way, our entire DNA and every single structure of like who we are and what we are it goes all the way back to, the very first single cell, the very first atom, the very first, of everything that we are. And we still start out as like one little cell that is then duplicated and replicated over and over and over again. And so as we grow, we're still doing that. Like, we're still rebuilding ourselves all the time. And like with how we choose to live our life, if we live an inspired life, if we allow our spirit to be the one who breathes life through us, then that in itself is going to cause all of those cells and their replications to replicate in a more awakened way, in a higher frequency way. And it's through the pressures of life, the pressure that once you feel like you're under pressure, that's whenever you burst out of something. And so you can either see everything as pressure in a positive way, everything as the pressure that is allowing you to grow, or you can see everything as pressure that's keeping you down and keeping you from growing. But if you have a creative outlet, then that's the key to like allowing more inspiration to flow through you, in order for that pressure from the outside world to become something that you have to let out. You have to turn it into something new. When things outside feel so heavy that you have to turn it into a painting or a poem or a song or something. But yeah, true inspiration comes fully from within. Okay, now the next part is the Siddhi of Sanctity, which starts with entering the unknowable. The last time that I read through this, And I wish that I had like marked dates of whenever I've read through these things, but I haven't. But the last time that I read through this, which has probably been a while, I underlined almost everything. And I'm going through this time with I've been going through with a darker pen and underlying the things that I find are standing out to me the most right now, I guess. The most like cohesive way for me to read this and get the information out there without just reading through all of it. I'm going to take some time to process this section on inspiration longer before I get into this next part, because even though it's short, like I said, I underlined pretty much the whole thing. It's going to take a little more refining. In the meantime, thanks for being here, and I think I'm probably going to pull some cards for myself now. Yeah, do my own card reading. So thanks, have a great day.